jab, uppercut, leave you laid out on the floor. Try to duck and roll, hit and miss, now you counting stars. Should've practiced more, should've hit the mask, get out there more. Claim that you're the best. You gotta show me, son. Actions over words, baby boy. Is you real or what? Talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back
Hey, shout out to the hottest chat in the MFN game. A-side official. No negotiation needed, period. You already know. The first in the building, Mr. Gumbo, a.k.a. Hot Grease, a.k.a. the Wilder hater himself, is on deck. Clap it up, y'all. We got to clap it up for those individuals that feel some type of way about the former WBC heavyweight kingpin, Deontay Wilder, because we got to keep his name alive and thriving. You know what I'm saying? But shout out to Mr. Gumbo, man. Thanks for always supporting the channel, real talk. Straight up like that. Shout out to the OG, man. Always been true to the game. Thanks for your support. You know what I'm saying? Thanks for the super chat and the Cash App. I appreciate you, man. Not most cats will win money and then donate to the channel. You know what I'm saying? Not even the real ones at that. But we need to put emphasis on what's been going on with the post live stream that I did. If you all didn't see it, I will put the thumbnail up here again. This right here, dive orders, it pretty much got people's attention because look, it's been a while since I had individuals that was crying like that. You know, I had to go to the local, food mart and get some damn tissue. See, y'all need to understand something. Those of you newcomers and novice to this YTC game and just casuals to the boxing scene in general. You listen to me have criticism about Anthony Joshua is telling me that you didn't really follow him back then when he was going through orientation for Canvas University. So I had to post some pictures. I wish I could have been the ones to take them myself, but I had to post some photos to remind you all of the memories of when he was on the canvas. He was on his knees, palms, or sitting on his ass. But he was on that canvas, and it wasn't from the same fighter. Now, there's been a sense of plague going around. What I mean by that, the Spence fans have been lost somehow. You know, they haven't really been able to get accountability of those former Spence fans. And I know that they were struggling just to get one little peep of attention from Spence. He never gave it to him. So since they've been lost, when Joshua came on the scene, they found a person that they can reattach themselves to. Like back in the day when Wilder was actively the WBC heavyweight champion, how the U.S. boxing fans was hating on him so much. So now the Wilder is not, on the schedule for a fight. We have the Spence fans that are pretending to be Joshua fans. How strange is that? It's not strange at all. Because I told you, the confusion has been there for a while. I said the worst boxing fans in boxing was the Spence fans, and coming in a close second is the Joshua fans. Why? Because, look, a lot of these U.S. fans that want to support Joshua, it's because they didn't like Wilder. You talking about two black men who was fighting in the sport, undefeated at one time, but you had all these American fans over here dogging Wilder out, all because of the way he was in there knocking dudes out, and nobody could beat him. But on the other hand, across the waters, listen, I understand. It's some dudes up here, they have goals. They set New Year's resolution. Okay? I get it. You know what I'm saying? People say it's American UK. It's not. I like Conor Ben, man. I like Conor Ben as a fighter. You know what I'm saying? His bravado. I mean, I like a lot of British fighters. Lennox Lewis, man. I like Lennox Lewis as a fighter. I did back in the day. You know what I'm saying? I like Lennox Lewis. Now in person, he's not all that friendly or whatever, but hold on for a second. But I'm saying to myself, don't make it about that. Make it about holding the U.S. fans accountable. The way they dogged out Deontay Wilder, now you want to come over here and say that I'm hating on Joshua after y'all pretty much ran Wilder's name? Like you pretty much ran him out as a U.S. heavyweight champion. You didn't want anything to do with him. He couldn't do anything right. You know what I'm saying? Whenever he spoke, they didn't want to hear him speak. They didn't want to hear him speak positivity about his people. None of that. They just wanted to continue to hate on him. So when he was in the conversation with Joshua for a potential fight, what did the U.S. fans do? The U.S. fans hated him. They hated him. They criticized the shit out of him way more than Joshua's received criticism. Hate is a very potent word to use when you're trying to blend that in with criticism. A lot of people, they don't spend time, in the dictionary. They don't really immerse themselves in English enough, because English is one of the most fragmented languages or dialects you can use. I mean, hey, it's a lot that goes on with the way people speak English. But ultimately, the fundamentals is, do you understand or not? Do you understand the criticism that was going back in the day? Now, once again, like back then, these Wilder haters were supporting Anthony Joshua just because they dislike Wilder. For real. Just because they dislike Wilder. They wanted to sit up here and talk about a boxer that they didn't even know anything about, except they was enamored with his physique. They try to sit up here and build Joshua into a Muhammad Ali of the modern era without the resume. That's what they tried to do. I don't hate Joshua at all. I don't know him. I have no reason to hate him. I just feel that he's an overrated fighter. How can I hate someone personally? You know what I'm saying? I don't know them. See, that's where maturity separates me from these individuals that's out here that was straight up Wilder haters. I'm talking about they didn't like anything he did. They want to talk about his personal life and all that. I don't do that, man. If you want to come at me about Spence, you know what I'm saying? Everything I talked about was his public record. His public record came out that he was an alcoholic and doing all this other shit. That's public record. Period. That's public record. Y'all have to deal with that. Joshua getting knocked down is public record. My opinion that he's overrated is public record. It just didn't start in 2024. It didn't start in 23. It didn't start in 22, 21, 2020, 19. You know what I'm saying? It didn't start back then. I always felt that he was an overrated boxer. What would Joshua have been if Tyson Fury never would have popped positive heading into the Vladimir Klitschko fight? Huh? If Tyson Fury never would have came off them titles and went into seclusion, what would Joshua be? Joshua would have had a lot more ground to cover to try to become who Eddie Hearns was able to build him into. That's a fact. If he would have had to get those titles off Fury, then it would have been interesting to see how that played out. Being that the photo, the thumbnail that I got, these was photos of fighters that weren't supposed to be on Joshua's level at the time. Andy Ruiz wasn't supposed to be on Joshua's level. They say he's the best. He's the best. No one can touch him. He's the best there is, ever was, and will be. You know, Joshua was the dude that could do no wrong. But yet I just didn't see it. The dude had no cardio. None of that. But I get these people that's mad about me not sitting up here congratulating Anthony Joshua on beating an 0-1 fighter. Wow. Wow, the hypocrisy is deep. I'm talking about serve them up a whole gallon of it. For real. They are sipping on that cup of hypocrisy like no other. When Deontay Wilder was winning fights, they didn't want to give him a lick of credit. Now you got the Spence fans bored trying to pretend like they're Joshua fans, and then they come over here talking about Wilder. I'm saying to myself, how does that make sense? Or it make a whole lot of sense. Because he somewhat got the same freaking fan base. A lot of them supported Spence because they hated Crawford. A lot of them supported Joshua because they hated Wilder. They pretty much the same in a nutshell. They pretty much the same in a nutshell. Seriously. And I get it like this. I get it. They feel some type of way because what I'm telling them is hitting home. You know what I'm saying? You're trying to convince me that you're a hardcore boxing fanatic, a die-hard boxing fan, and you are running around here because he knocked out an 0-1 boxer. But yet, if Wilder would have went on here and did the exact same thing, you would say, well, what the hell you expect? Wilder beat an 0-1 boxer. He's supposed to do that. That ain't nothing special. People would have been going around here hating once again, say, oh, man, please. Man, he went in here and beat that guy. He couldn't beat Fury, though. He couldn't beat Fury. He couldn't beat Fury. That's all you would have heard. Yeah, he bought an 0-1. That guy wasn't even fit for boxing. He wasn't even on this level. He wasn't this. They would have came up with all the criticism you can imagine, y'all. And now they coming back out of the woodworks. Look, they've been in the goddamn woodshed crying their ass off and pouting and going through a period of depression, y'all. You haven't even seen these Spence fans, but I peeped them out. I said, yeah, we have a fluctuation in Joshua, you know what I'm saying, support from the U.S., the resurgence. And I start to look, I say, them mother effing Spence fans. Them mother effing Spence fans. Because in the U.S., they call themselves Spence. You know, he was getting the freaking notoriety. They didn't like Wilder, but they like Spence. I give them that. They love Spence out of Texas. They love Spence. Yes, sir. They loved him. But when Spence went away, due to another dark-skinned fighter named Terrence Bud Crawford, you know what I'm saying, the Omaha Monster, they wanted that to be a storybook ending. But they didn't know Terrence was going to toss that bitch in the motherfucking fireplace and burn it. So being that he left them out here all by themselves, lonely as hell, when this Anthony Joshua fight happened, a lot of them wasn't really paying attention. They didn't really care because they was unsure, y'all. They didn't even fucking know this was going to happen. Real talk. And now they have brought life. Now they came back to life, y'all. Like a bunch of locusts. They done came back to life like a bunch of locusts, y'all. They've been in dormant for all these damn time, all these damn months and days has passed by, and now they came out. Oh yeah, we've been waiting for this Joshua. They trying to act like they Joshua fans now. Now they mad at WCS for saying that Francis Ngannou is part of the Olympic boxing dive team. Come on. Y'all really want that hot grease? You do not want the hot grease because you haven't been following boxing that long to speak on this. You're unwilling to go back in time to when I was doing live streams on Joshua way back in the day. I never faltered. Even when people started to get paid off on the YTC to support Joshua, who did they come to first? I'll wait. Me. When I was on Facebook doing lives, I got the receipts now. I just don't wish to bring it up because you tell people things and they don't believe you. And you present them with a receipt, they say, oh, who cares? They came to me, man. You know why they came to me? Because I was up there talking about Wilder, and they wanted me to start supporting Anthony Joshua and talk about getting paid, you know, for some monetary revenue or whatever. And, you know, I didn't accept that. They wanted me to relieve myself of supporting Wilder and talk about Joshua because I guess they like my rhythm and flow. You know what I'm saying? Oh, we like it. And then back then I was writing more articles too. You know what I'm saying? I was writing more articles. But, you know, some people sold themselves out. They basically betrayed the US of A, the nation's umbra of colors, and they chose to start supporting Anthony Joshua heavy. Now, my take on this, right, as a United States Marine, all right, serve this country. This is what I have to say about those of you that always want to be so critical of supporting neighboring fighters. You need to find your identity, goddammit. What do your birth certificate say? You can support anybody you want to support, but don't come getting on another American citizen as if they're doing something wrong by supporting a U.S. fighter. People tend to sit up here and act like it's against the law to support a U.S. fighter. They'll sit up here and not even use the same criteria for their criticism when it comes to a foreign fighter. They'll come up with all these excuses. This is that. You know, Francis Ngannou was just like any other fighter. Oh, you said yourself he's a UFC heavyweight champion. That's not boxing, though. It's just like Conor McGregor. McGregor came over here, fought Floyd. Have you seen him back? Have you seen him? Conor McGregor didn't go to the UFC undefeated. He already had 2 losses. He already had 2 losses. You know what I'm saying? But when you continue to amplify it, you want to come at and you want to revisit old topics just because you haven't did shit. You haven't even been talking about Joshua. You ain't did nothing. The whole time he been struggling since losing the title, been exposed, all that. Y'all wasn't doing shit. And then here comes the freaking bandwagon nutshell chasers. Here they come again, y'all. They bag is full of nuts, man. And why they here? Because Joshua made the highlight reel from knocking out Ngannou. A guy who in the second round was able to get up from 2 knockdowns. And then the third one walks to the middle and posts up like a crossing guard and waited for Joshua to run his ass over. I can't make this up. It is on video. You go to the middle of the ring. Why? Do you have any type of awareness, boxing IQ? Yes, you do, because you was moving around with Tyson Fury, so you got to have. You was a former UFC heavyweight champion that you have to avoid kicks. You told Tyson Fury that you'll beat him every day of the week, twice on Sunday, outside of the boxing rules. So how do you feel that people are going to believe you that you don't know how to move around? Definitely you know how to move around, bro. Why y'all come over here whining, acting like y'all trying to renew a rivalry or something? You trying to confuse yourself. Bored ass Spence fans pretending to be Joshua fans just to go in my DMs and talk about Wilder. What sense does that make? What sense does that make? Tell me this. Once again, you're defending Joshua, and he didn't even KO an American. He KO'd Francis Ngannou. But once again, you're showing your weakness by coming over here saying what? I want to defend him again. I wanted to defend my mentor. That's what I want to do. I want to defend my mentor. That's what I want to do. I need to go to this chat and see if I got any feral toddlers over here that's supposed to be in the daycare on a Saturday night. You know what I'm saying? That's what I got to see. I got to see if any strays over here. So let me come over here and pretty much see who's in the chat. So let me read through the ones that should be, conducive to the topic, and others who are just over here because their butt hurt. Oh my God, let's see. There's a big argument to be made. Deontay Wilder and Anthony Joshua are overrated. I can see where those of you that dislike Deontay Wilder can say he was overrated. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's criticism to be had on both sides. I've never been on here speaking of Wilder as if he didn't have any criticism about him. That's just the whole point. It comes to a level of maturity where, for a lot of you boxing fans, it's absolutely tardy. You don't even use it. It's somewhere. You know what I'm saying? You have it somewhere. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you activate on the left or right hemisphere, but it's somewhere in your catalog. I've never said that Deontay Wilder was without flaws. He was unblemished. I never said that. I just talked about his strong points and what he was doing in boxing that was effective, and the results showed that. So if you tell me both of them can be considered overrated, you have to speak for yourself if you're not a Deontay Wilder fan. You know what I'm saying? People will look at the entire time he was undefeated, and they was hoping he'd lose. But the whole time he was undefeated, I was supporting him heavy. I didn't wait till he, lost and then come up here with the criticism, and I never supported him before then. I supported him when he was in there getting it done. You know what I'm saying? When he was in there getting it done. So for whoever, feel that he's overrated, you have every right to believe that. A lot of you are just jumping on a freaking remote in 2022 or something and turn into a freaking boxing match and say, oh, Deontay Wilder looked bad in there against Anthony Joshua. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying to myself, you're not a boxing fan. You just either graduated high school or you've been trying to figure it out. You know what I'm saying? You was watching soccer at first, and then you stumbled upon a Taibo class, and now you want to become a boxing fan. I get it. I do. I get it. Coming over here telling me who Wilder fought and didn't fight, all I can tell you is that you need to go to BoxRec. You need to understand he's tied with Muhammad Ali for title defenses. You know what I'm saying? He's in a very thorough class. Look, whether you want to believe it or not, I know it's a lot of young boxing fans that's in the chat, and you have to look at it like this. He's going to be in the Hall of Fame, whether you like it or not. He's going to be in the Hall of Fame. Deontay Wilder's going to be in the Hall of Fame, whether you like it or not, defending his title 10 successful times over 5-year span. He's going to be in the Hall, y'all. Remember, he's going to be in the Hall, y'all. Saying that Ngannou took what? Without evidence? The evidence is right in front of you. 20 million. The evidence is right in front of you. The evidence is right in front of you. You know what I'm saying? What more do you need? People always talk about conspiracy theories. Check this out. This is how I burn that shit down to the ground, right? They talk about conspiracy theories. When Deontay Wilder was winning, there was no conspiracy. You know what I'm saying? When he was winning, there was no conspiracy. But at what criticism? A lot of it. Joshua, he's getting knocked all over the place. And all his fans want to say is, well, he's a growing fighter. That was Vladimir Klitschko. Well, Klitschko haven't fought since he fought Tyson Fury back in the day. He was retired already. And then he goes up here and look at that picture up there. You see how the referee is holding Klitschko when Josh was on the canvas? Come on now. When have you seen that? That's a referee that had to remind Klitschko, hey, calm down. Calm down there. Calm down. Hey, you know how they used to say it back in the day when I was growing up. Hey, Hoss. Calm down, Hoss. Calm down. You're not here to win this title, Hoss. Okay, Hoss? You're not here to win that title, Hoss. Calm down. The referee is holding on to Klitschko for dear freaking life, and Klitschko is not the one on the canvas, y'all. I can't make this up. It's right there in front of you. Boxing fans need to goddamn get off your behind, put your phone down, and really watch some boxing film. You know what I'm saying? Instead of worrying about, coming on here trying to be a gossiper, trying to just jump in the chat and talk about some BS. You know what I'm saying? If you want to trash talk when it comes to boxers, whether it be Deontay Wilder, Terrence Crawford, yes, I will welcome all that. But you have to understand, I've been along for the ride. I've been along for the ride, so I'm going to be able to speak on some things that you can't, because most of you are just behind the mic. You are what you call, you're standing behind the mic. You are onliners. That's what you are considered to be, onliners. Creators. You want to jump in the chat that everybody's saying all the good things about your favorite fighter. But when it comes time for this, you want to defend Ngannou to protect Joshua's image that you haven't been supporting over the last several months. That seemed like some coward ass shit right there as a boxing fan. You know what I'm saying? How can you be considered a loyal member when Joshua lost twice to Alexander Usyk? He lost twice, bro. And you all were nowhere to be found. Just like you abandoned Joshua when he quit against Andy Ruiz. Y'all Joshua fans left that man high and dry, and y'all was gone. Hey. Look, I was back there. They were so silent. They were so silent, y'all. You would have thought we had an attack from space. The aliens came and abducted some freaking U.S. citizens or some freaking Earthlings. You would have thought they came down at the right moment and abducted the Joshua fans. I cannot make it up. They were super quiet. Like, look, Facebook was popping so hard back then where you had all these threads and it was comments after comments after comments after comments to the point where you would put a comment in there, that shit would disappear up the thread. It was so many comments back then. They was talking all this about Joshua. Oh, Joshua. He got a better opponent than Jarrell Miller. He's back. And look, they think I feel some type of way about the Brits because I always imitate them. I love their accent. I can't do it that well, but hey, I got respect for them. But I also got respect for my own country too. And I shouldn't have to be sitting up here explaining that shit to people that consider themselves U.S. citizens. They want to feel like I'm doing a disservice to my country just because I'm talking about boxing. Man, come on. Come on now. Come on. When Joshua was beat by Andy Ruiz, man, his fans left him. They left him quick in a hurry. Look, y'all. I remember them showing aerial views. I remember them showing area views. Like, Google Map, they show area view. And they'd never seen so many tunnels ever after Joshua lost. And come to find out, it was his fans who was goddamn digging themselves below ground. Just like the Spence fans did. They was building up man-made bunkers. You had mobs going in grocery stores, smashing windows and grabbing freaking goddamn canned goods, non-perishable items, sardines, tuna, shit like that, and going into hiding. Hey, Spence fans weren't the first one to do it. Joshua fans was. They went into fucking hiding. And now they want to pop back out because he knocked out a mixed martial arts former heavyweight champion who was 0-1. Wow, give it up for where boxing is in 2024. Y'all are simply amazing. You never cease to amaze me. The amount of effort that you put into the sport, it takes me all the way back, man. It takes me all the way back. You have no idea. It takes me all the way back to when cartoons used to come on, Mickey Mouse, you know what I'm saying, Tom and Jerry, Woody the Woodpecker, Scooby-Doo, you know what I'm saying, the Road Runner, all the goofy cartoons that used to come on. That's what the boxing is today when it comes to a lot of these casual boxing fans. They don't even really care about the sport itself. All they want to do is jump online and be a part of the conversation. And if it's consisted of full-blown drama, that's what they want. They want to go up here and talk shit. They coming over here mad. How can you be mad at me? All I'm doing is giving my opinion on the Olympic dive team roster. Its newest member. Who am I if I'm not talking about and supporting boxing the way it should be? Boxing has a dive team. Y'all didn't know that? Come on now. Come on now. Y'all didn't know that? I see I have some supporters. They mad. Look, they be trying. Look, what they do, they're over here. I can't even really, cook them in the hot grease because they don't deserve it. You know why? Because they're not real boxing fans, man. They're just coming over here. You didn't even hear all these names. You don't look. If you go and click on their freaking name and go to their channel, this shit was created today. Hey, this shit was created today, man. You got all these people over here. You click on, say, go to channel. And a lot of these guys creating channels today, man. They have all these freaking no content, no nothing. And you want to come over here and make a comment and think, I'm going to get upset that you're talking about a boxer. Come on, bro. You all must be some little kids. What are y'all, the class of 2024? Y'all on spring break already? Y'all got a curfew. Don't you supposed to be in bed? You know what I'm saying? Get up for church in the morning, then go back to school. I mean, come on, man. Y'all hilarious. You know what I'm saying? Y'all act like y'all know about boxing, but if I drop the link, none of you all that's making all this giving all this negative energy in the chat will click the link. You won't. You won't click the link because you're not here to talk about boxing. Those are elite boxing. I reckon Wilder would never land on Usyk. Look, you're talking about Wilder would never land on Usyk, but yet Joshua's never fought Fury. You know what I'm saying? Joshua's never fought Fury. But you're talking about Deontay Wilder fighting Usyk. Why? What is your point? What is your point you're trying to make? Usyk never fought Wilder. You know what I'm saying? Has Fury ever fought Usyk? In the professional ranks? Has Fury ever fought Usyk? So if Fury haven't fought Usyk, why are you up here talking to me about Wilder and never fight? That's what I'm saying. Y'all are not fight fans. Just because you make up something and put a KO on it. I mean, we already had one KO title handler, you know what I'm saying, found out that wasn't the case, man. Come on, get out of here. Get out of here, man. Get out of here. You all are feeling some type of way, like your lips are swole, man. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all are real swollen and the estrogen levels are just at an all-time high. What's going on with y'all? You're not trashing talking. You're not trash talking, AJ. You're just trashing. You put thrashing. That's why I say these young kids or whoever you are, an adult that basically jumped out in around 8th or 9th, middle school or whatever. You say you're thrashing his spectacular performance and diminishing his work, and it's similar to the Spence fans. You can never compare me to the Spence fans because the Spence fans are talking about Crawford, right? So, listen, if you're trying to say I'm criticizing AJ's spectacular performance, he fought a former mixed martial artist. He fought a former mixed martial artist, and you have people up here acting like he fought Fury. You have so-called boxing fans up here acting like he fought somebody that was on a in the rankings. Where was Ngannou ranked per se? Where was he ranked again? Can you answer me that? Where was Ngannou ranked last night? When he stepped in there and fought Joshua, what was his ranking in the heavyweight division? A 0-1 fighter, what was his ranking per se? If you can enlighten me on that, what was his ranking? What was his ranking? Shout out to Trick Noty, the Oracle in the building. What's good with it, man? WCS in the chat, salute. Like Francis. I like Francis, but I don't feel he took a dive. I felt he bungee jumped. Oh, shit. Even Joshua did appear to be in shape to me from the looks of his nature's own breadbasket. Man, talk to him, that Trick. Come on, man. Don't hit him with the wordplay, dog. Don't do that, bro. Because, look, Joshua came in that joint 252. You know what I'm saying? His heaviest has been Carlos Takam. Like 255, even though they agreed to the 235 limit or something like that. Joshua came in overweight. We ain't gonna mention that. I told these cats they have to have been back there on the journey to go tit for tat with me on Wilder in these debates, because I was back there when they was sitting up here picking in their nose, trying to wait on their girl to fix them some freaking pork and beans and hot dogs. You know what I'm saying? I mean, come on, bro. You know what I'm saying? Trick say he bungee jumped. This man did not move from that shot now. He's been knocked down 2 other times. What fighter that you know that was able to get hit like that, get back up, walk out and stop and stand there while his opponent closed distance and you wait on them to land a shot. Man, get out of here. Bullshit. 20 million. Welcome to the boxing dive team. Welcome to the boxing dive team. 20 million, that's where it's at. Y'all just don't want to admit to it. Why? Because you feel like you're diminishing a fighter that you wouldn't even support before he stepped in there with Ngannou. We have a bunch of I gotta call them temporary boxing fans. These can't be real hardcore boxing fans because they weren't supporting Joshua. They didn't even know if Joshua can go in there and pull this shit off, man. They look, a real hardcore boxing fans. Do you want me to pull up the receipts on how Joshua's eyes looked after he fought Robert Helenius? Do you want me to retrieve the screenshots? Because I can go weeks and weeks on this shit. Do you want me to retrieve the shots of Joshua's eyes, both of them, his left and right orbitals, his freaking the swelling under on both eyes from Robert Helenius, y'all? And how Helenius just stood there while Joshua hit him with the right hand? Come on, bro. Come on, man. Y'all are tripping. Otto Wallin, no comment. He sat on his stool and didn't want to. Who has Joshua made quit? I know Andy Ruiz made him quit, but who has Joshua made quit? Who has he made quit? Who was saying he was hitting that hard? Who has he made quit? Look at the thumbnail. He didn't make Vladimir quit. He didn't make Andy Ruiz quit. Sure enough didn't make Alexander Usyk quit. Who did he make quit? That's supposed to be on the high level. Come on, bro. Come on, man. Y'all are doing too much when you should be doing a lot less. Real talk. Shout out to Jessica the Queen in the building. I see you. What's good? Well, look at it this way. You can say what you want, and you're proving my point, all of you. You're coming over here pretending. Look, this is the same method to the stupidity of temporary boxing fans who don't watch the sport. They come over here and talk about Deontay Wilder, who Joshua has ducked. Yes, ducked, has been absolutely fearful to fight, who didn't have confidence until Joshua lost the way he did to Joseph Parker. I mean, Wilder lost the way he did to Joseph Parker. They didn't have confidence. They didn't have confidence. And then Wilder lose. Now Anthony Joshua want to pretend like he's on the roster. He's on the schedule. I don't rule out that fight. I don't rule out that fight by him. I don't rule out that fight at all. I'll fight him. He ducked him. He put all those restrictions back in the day when they was both undefeated. Wilder, Joshua could have happened. And Joshua was so freaking frightened. He did not want that work when Wilder was still on the grind, sparking dudes out. Anthony Joshua know he couldn't do it because I'm showing you on the thumbnail now. This is Joshua back in the day. I'm showing you on the thumbnail now. I'm showing you. That man has been on the canvas like he was sunbathing on the beach. All we need is sand. I could have put some sand on this mat and put a goddamn sunshine in the corner of the thumbnail, and y'all would have thought he was in the Bahamas. You would have thought Joshua was in the Bahamas getting a tan with his trunks on. Say I'm lying. Say I'm lying. They coming over here want to talk about Wilder. No, why aren't you talking about Joshua? If you feel his performance was so spectacular, why are you not talking about it? I mean, that's the same delusional mentality that the Spence fans had. They called themselves supporting Spence, but they was over there talking about Crawford. Something's terribly wrong there now. Something's terribly wrong here. Something's terribly wrong. We have to call, and no, first of all, we have to form a team. For real, we need a research team. We need a medical team to pretty much get back in the community, because these Spence fans are trying to disguise themselves as Joshua fans just to talk about Wilder. They can't talk about Crawford. Wilder just lost to Parker, so they feel like he's an easy target, right? That's why they coming, and all they want to do is come over here and say, oh, you hating on Joshua. But no, they want to come over here and start talking about Wilder, a fighter who Joshua refused to fight. He refused to fight Wilder. You know what I like, though? I like that they finally came up from being buried in the dirt. They finally came up for air, y'all. I love it. I love how they finally came up for a breath of fresh air. I'm serious. I'm happy. A lot of them been in seclusion since Andy Ruiz made them quit. I swear to God, like when Andy Ruiz came back and fought the rematch, a lot of them Joshua fans didn't really, come out for that. They just had freaking earbud. They had one earbud above the surface, and they was waiting on somebody in their conversation to walk by, and maybe they can hear the information. They had no radio signal. They had no Wi-Fi. It was no freaking nothing. No satellite communication, none of that. They went dark, y'all. Just like the Spence fans did. They went dark. And see, they found out that the Spence fight wasn't happening again, so they couldn't come up here and talk about Crawford. They can't talk about Deontay Wilder because what? He don't have a fight coming up. He lost to Parker, right? Even though Joshua already had 3 losses, and Deontay just picked up his 3rd, they're confused, people. They highly confused, bro. They want to come back over here and talk about Wilder when he just had a fight over there. He don't have nothing scheduled. Who they really want to talk about is Crawford, but they can't fuck with him. They can't fuck with him because he's undefeated. He's top pound for pound. That's what they really want to fuck with me about, but they can't do it. They can't do it, and they can't fuck with me about Wilder either. Because look, you ain't gonna debate with me about what we seen go down in the ring. If Wilder lost in the ring, he lost in the ring. But you can't debate that he ain't a future Hall of Famer. You can't debate his 43 victories. You can't debate his 42 knockouts. You can't debate his highlight reels. You know what I'm saying? You acting like, look, this is another dumb aspect to the way boxing fans are today, right? Some of them, not all of them. It's the fact that they believe they can tell you every fine detail. That's what they believe. They'll tell you everything about Wilder, didn't matter. But peep this out. This is how ignorant it gets with trying to give boxing fans the benefit of the doubt that they know what the fuck they talking about, that they follow the sport. We went through a recession where it was quite difficult to predict when the U.S. would get back into the groove and have a U.S. heavyweight champion. You know what I'm saying? It was quite difficult to predict that forecast, right? So those of us that was back then and understand how that was can relate to it. A lot of these new school type of boxing fans, they can't relate to it, but they've heard about it. But sometimes hearing about it doesn't give you the connection that you need. It doesn't educate you enough to speak on it in 23 or 24. You know what I'm saying? So this is where I'm at. We went for a very long time without a U.S. heavyweight champion. A good long time. So when Deontay Wilder came, an Olympian at that, an Olympian, y'all, a bronze medal Olympian. Give it a couple of 2 years. Give it to 26. You know, they supposed to be phasing out boxing now. You know what I'm saying? Which is going to make the conversation that much better because only the boxers who experience, fighting in the Olympics and had a positive outcome can speak on it. But Wilder was a bronze medal Olympian. He actually fought his ass off to get that medal. Now, then what they mad at me about too is something that's public record. I ask any one of you in the chat and the ones who's peeking in, listening, to go watch Joshua gold medal round and tell me, do you think he won the fight? If you cannot come over here and educate me and we can look at that fight together and say Joshua won that fight. The London Olympics now, go figure. The London Olympics. We know in America, we've had plenty legendary fighters get robbed in the Olympics. Robbed to the point where they cried. They cried, y'all. They cried, bro, because they worked their ass off. They did everything they need to do. But how can we can sit up here and wave the American flag for the Olympians who was robbed? The gold medal stolen from them, right? Then turn around. When it came to the heavyweight division, you didn't even support the heavyweight champion just to let him know, hey, for a long time we didn't have a heavyweight champion. Now we have you. We appreciate you. That's how clueless the U.S. boxing fans can be. A good portion of them. Because we was without a heavyweight champion just like we are now. We are without a heavyweight champion right now. We don't know who the contender is. You know, the one that we thought was going to be a contender, he's on the highway making goddamn bad boys. Oh, what you gonna do? Oh, what you gonna do when they come for you? Bad boys. Oh, what you gonna do? Oh, what you gonna do when they come for you? I mean, we don't know how that's going to turn out. A lot of you, once again, if you wasn't back then when bad, you won't know what I'm talking about. You wouldn't know. You sitting up here, what is he talking about? That sound like, you know, what is he saying? Bad boys. I gotta look this up on Google. I don't know what that's about. Who is he talking about it? I'm just saying. We went without a heavyweight champion for years. The Klitschko brothers was dominating. Wilder come on the scene, a certified official Olympian, and y'all shit on him. Joshua, he gets gifted a gold medal round. People know he was carefully moved in the sport. Carefully. We knew that Charles Martin came off that title and he was an official member of the boxing dive team. Yes. Oh, okay. You think I'm lying? Well, go back to the commentary when Charles Martin was fighting Andy Konoski. Go back to the fight. Listen to the whole full fight in commentary, and they even mention it. And you want to talk about the receipts. One thing I say about the UK, they support the hell out their fighters. All these other countries support the hell out their fighters. They'll tell you straight up. A Mexican fight fan will tell you straight up, I'm going for the Mexican. Puto. Who you think I am? I'm going for the Mexican. You ask a Puerto Rican fan, who you going? I'm going for the Puerto Rican fighter. What are you talking about? That's who I'm going for. Stupid question, stupio. That's who I'm going for. We are the only boxing footprint. You know what I'm saying? Because the Brits have the same flag colors we got, but they support their fight fans. Russians support their fighters. Every other country. When it comes to the U.S., they're so confused. They're extremely confused to the point where they'll sit up here and argue you down to support a foreign fighter, not because they really favor them or like them. It's just because they don't like the U.S. fighter. We've seen shit like this play out over and over and over and over again. And it's been redundant, but we see it play out over and over again, y'all. We just went through a stint with Terrence Crawford where they was just trying to defame this man, trying to get together in a group and just do video after video after video on this guy. And this man have kids. This man has a life. This man provided for his family and all that. And they would just run a smear campaign on him. These are black fight fans. Majority of them. I'm not saying all of them black, but these are black fight fans that ran a smear campaign. But they ran out of options, y'all. They ran out of options. Crawford shut that down, threw that storybook in the motherfucking fire. Spence been MIA, right? They ran out of options on who to freaking talk about. So look, when they was in there in their bedroom in the closet watching porn, they found out that, hey man, Anthony Joshua, he's fighting. Wow. Let me erase my browsing history. Let me go out here and see what this is about. They went outside the closet and they looked at that full-size poster. Hey, it's been a long time. Let me go up here and put some tape on those corners. They folded in. I gotta dress you up real nice. Every time their friends come over, look, I got a full-size AJ poster. Yeah, I just want him to sign it. That's all. I want him to sign it. Maybe one day I can get him to sign it. They just, you got dudes that's AJ fans just because they're sitting up there eating Twinkies and ho-hos and ding-dongs. They barely know anything about him as a boxer. Oh, man, I want to be an underwear model. Man, if I was a boxer, I want to be a heavyweight. I want to be like AJ, man. Man, he's such a handsome guy. He lifts weights. He's bulky. Man, God didn't bless me with that genetics. I just don't have the genetics. Yeah, you have the genetics. It's just you have something else that's called spoon addicts. Fork addicts. You know what I'm saying? Finger addicts. It's called picking up the food and retrieving the food from the plate and into your mouth. It's called not going to the gym and working out. Y'all don't be fooled by these so-called Joshua fans that's coming in my chat trying to criticize me. Don't believe the hype, y'all. If we had any freaking debate with the ones who know, with the ones who really know and follow the sport, they're not gonna sit up here and be bragging about a fighter knocking out Ngannou unless Ngannou knocked out Tyson. If Ngannou would have went out there and knocked out Tyson Fury now, then we're talking about something totally different. He went in there and knocked out Tyson Fury in a non-title fight, who's supposed to be fighting Alexander Usyk for the undisputed. Now, if Joshua would have went over there and knocked out Francis Ngannou off the momentum that he did that to Tyson Fury, then we're talking about a whole nother level of respect that has to be given. Now we're talking about a whole nother level of respect. Now, maybe some of the criticism you're trying to get me is warranted. Maybe it's warranted. But goddamn it, we ain't talking about that shit. We talking about the reality on what went down yesterday. And y'all just on here bored with nothing to do. Y'all want to sit up here and hype a 0-1 boxer. A 0-1 boxer now. And just because he was there and he landed 3 punches on the postman. Francis the Postman Ngannou. He was just up there like a mailbox. And Ngannou came in there and goddamn delivered the mail. Incoming! Man, come on, get out of here, man. Come on. Oh no, Brim one of them. You know, look, this is one thing about people hanging out in your chat. They hang out in your chat and barely say anything. And then prove my point when you've been a Wilder hater. So now your whole point for giving me this energy is just because you don't like Wilder, which proves my point about the entire play. The entire play is not that you really, fucking with Joshua like that heavy. Because you should be praising him. You should saying all the good things he's about to do if he get the winner of Fury Usyk. But a lot of you cats are afraid to get on here and talk your shit. Because you didn't know if Joshua was going to be able to beat Ngannou after that Tyson Fury freaking fight. You didn't know. You didn't know. They just don't have the honor with them themselves, the courage. You know what I'm saying? They don't have it, bro. They want to come over here and talk about what I said about Ngannou. Like, it's people over here just making up straight up clickbait ass lies and live streams, and you'll see these cats in their chat, right? They create nothing but bogus ass, fake ass news. But just because I get a fight wrong, a prediction like everybody, a lot of people, if nobody prediction was wrong, then we have some rich people in here, right? They up here telling me, oh, you said he was gonna knock him out. Yeah, I was going for Ngannou. I supposed to go for AJ? I never supported AJ, man. I don't hate the guy. I just never supported him. They act like they go around here liking every boxer on the U.S. roster. Man, get out of here. Make up your mind whether you want to be a mental health patient or you want to act like you got some intellectual sense. Make up your freaking mind, bro. Y'all over here talking about Wilder, and Wilder has already been in the ring over there in Riyadh. He lost, and he's minding his freaking business. So you got to ask yourself, right? How does that make you look? Those of you that's over here talking about Wilder when he fought Francis Ngannou. How does that make you look? I don't know what to tell you, bro. How does that make you look, though? Hey, that shit you talking does nothing for me, man. Like I said, you know what I'm saying? I have my dialogue over there. That's it. If you want to continue to come over here in my chat and talk about stuff we already done talked about, I'm not going to entertain it, bro. I'm no one, you know, it's certain tendencies to go along with that, bro. And I'm not going to elevate my tone just because Francis Ngannou didn't win. Once again, I talk about MMA and boxing. I've never been a hardcore Francis Ngannou fan. You know what I'm saying? But I was going for him against Joshua. I'm not here to sit up here and carry this on about people who hate a fighter. It's pointless, bro. Hey, if y'all call my thumbnail hate, then you have a lot more maturity to do, because I'm one of the channels that don't be on here putting out fake ass news. Where were y'all when Joshua was up there fighting Usyk? I didn't see all y'all over here talking and boosting up Anthony Joshua and cheering him to victory. I didn't see y'all name over here, y'all. Y'all seem like y'all some part-time, fans, bro. Where were y'all when he was fighting Usyk twice? Screenshot some of your comments. I didn't see y'all in the chats over there when Usyk was the man that Joshua was fighting. Where was all those at? Where was all the support for Joshua then when he lost his title? Where was all the support, man? You all did nothing. Where was the support for Joshua when he lost to Usyk? Where was the support, man? Where was the support when he fought Jermaine Franklin and he went the distance? Where was all this rah-rah talk as if he was this incredible power puncher? Was it because there was no drug testing over there? Huh? Was it because there was no drug testing? The BBBLC wasn't on deck? Huh? Let me see. Oh, check this out. He fought Jermaine Franklin at the O2 Arena. Probably the BBBOC was on deck. Robert Helenius, the O2 Arena. Wow, imagine that. Otto Wallin, Riyadh. Francis Ngannou, Riyadh. Man, come on, get out of here. This is too easy, bro. This is too freaking easy. This is too easy, man. This is too easy. They over there practicing on the choreography. Ben Davis is over there practicing on the choreography. Y'all hold 1 minute, man. Yeah. My boy Gilbert Burns just lost. MVP on deck. I'm going for Kevin Holland in this one. Hey, Brim, you should be grateful that you were able to come over here and make comments in my chat, man, talking about old stuff. Because most chats they wouldn't have you doing that. They would have been on timing you out already. You know what I'm saying? Y'all really don't respect the ones who really, out here doing it, and don't sit up here and follow them same childish ass routines to be going on in these other chats where people just be damn, timing you out for any little small thing you say against the topic. I just don't want you to think this is a playground. You know what I'm saying? This ain't the bouncy balls. This ain't Dave and Buster's. I told you over there on X, everything we want to dialogue about. You come back over here doing the exact same thing we already talked about. I mean, what is your point? You think you're gonna have access to be in the chat talking about the same thing? We already dialogued about this. You sitting up here spamming the chat, talking about stuff we already talked about. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, where's your level of understanding when it comes to this shit, bro? Just the mere fact that you're able to leave comments in the chat. You're coming here acting like this is the first day of damn preschool. We already done had a conversation over there, bro. And you bringing that energy over here when it's unwanted. I already gave you the AT&T you was looking for, and it's done and over. Now you giving me a different type of vibes, bro. Like you just over here to gossip and argue and act like what you saying is important. You have no proof of fighting, of supporting Ngannou. You have no proof that you're a heavy, avid freaking Joshua fan. You have no proof of that. If you don't have no proof, you just one of these individuals that go from chat to chat waving your pom-poms, bro. Real talk. I'm not going to come on nobody else's channel when you on the panel and talk to you about old shit we talked about already. You wanted to then bring up the conversation. We talked about the shit, and it was it. Don't come over here spamming my freaking chat, bro. Nobody don't want to hear that old stuff. We already done talked. We talked about it as men, and you come over here goddamn saying the same shit. You know what I'm saying? So you can't talk to these undeveloped males this day and time. When you try to speak to them as a man, they talking about you and your feelings. But yet when they parade around here, pretending to be somebody, when they definitely somebody else, you trying to talk to them in a respectful way. No freaking obscenity or vulgarities, no profanity-laced tirades, none of this shit. They don't respect it, bro. That's why a lot of these cats, they give off that vibe. They give off that damn pheromone. You know what I'm saying? You know what pheromone I'm talking about. That bitch pheromone. When you try to speak to them as a man, and they don't respect it. They say you're emotional. These are the same dudes that be out here having all this conflict and trouble and be arguing with bitches for hours and hours and hours at a time. They be in the chats arguing all the time about old stuff. When a grown man trying to tell them, hey, we spoke about something already. Why are you coming over here talking about the same shit and productive anymore? Look, just because I'm explaining something to them, they'd be over there in somebody else's chat. They'll be telling them to suck their dick and shit, be cussing them out mad and angry. And they be sitting there, all the emojis and stuff, and they be helping them out. They be getting all sweaty and perspiring. They be loving that type of energy. But a brother like me, I be trying to talk to you all like you grown ass adults. But I understand I'm dealing with a bunch of children. I get it. a bunch of children who stayed on the nipple too long. I understand it, bro. I get it. Y'all not mature enough. You know what I'm saying? Y'all not mature enough to be in a chat where my wrenches are not timing you out. And just because they're not timing you out, y'all come over here and try to press enter all the time. And then when I correct you on it, I'll let the shit slide. And then you keep on doing it over and over again. Now I have to address the playground. That's what adults do, right? You address the kids on the playground, right? Don't tell me it's just about boxing. When you in my chat, continue to say things like this kiddie world or something. Especially Brim, I already done talked to you. You come from over there, over here. And you're talking about the same stuff. And I told you, hey man, I'm not gonna spend too much time on this. We ain't getting nowhere. It's just, hey, back and forth. We're verbal sparring about the shit. You feel that I'm doing this and that about the freaking win. That's it. Why you coming back over here? Because I got a thumbnail up and you talking about the same shit we talked about as men over there on Twitter. You're sitting up here spamming my chat talking about the same shit. I'm not upset about nothing. I haven't even kicked you out yet. Bro, don't tell me what you didn't say. You know what I'm saying? That's the once again, here we go again. You're trying to talk to another grown ass man, right? You talk to them sensibly. They don't want to hear sensible shit because then they want to call you soft and all that, right? You're trying to talk to them sensibly. Hey, what other way is it? You're trying to talk to them sensibly. And you're coming over here pressing enter and enter and enter, talking about stuff that we addressed already. You're trying to call a hater. Look, I can understand if you're an avid supporter of the fighter that you're trying to advocate for. But when you're coming over here just because you don't like Deontay Wilder, it's not a purpose that you're over here because he fought Francis Ngannou. He didn't fight Wilder. He fought Francis Ngannou. This is the point I'm trying to make. He fought Francis Ngannou from Cameroon. You all are over here talking about gossip. Y'all are infatuated with a fighter that you don't support. Wilder is not fighting, bro. You never was a Wilder supporter. I am. I could care less what people say. I've had my criticism recent on certain performances, but that don't mean I hate him. You're talking about going through a heavyweight depression and being able to meet the heavyweight champion in this era. And people will say, oh man, you know, that's fucked up. You support Wilder the way you do. It's no patriotism. You know what I'm saying? It's no unity within a country. They'll sit up here and question me supporting a fighter that's a U.S. heavyweight champion. And it's like no other fighters lined up to take his scrap from him in the U.S. of A. We're running thin. Where are all the heavyweights? So if we can't find out where all the heavyweights are at, that's going to be contenders and you expect for them to keep them belts for a long time, then how can you come over here and talk about Wilder when he was an Olympian and he carried the title? He was an active reigning champion for over 5 years. Something must be wrong with the amount of boxing fans that's actually coming to support the sport. And even in the sport, the fighters, they'll sit up here and criticize a fighter just because he looks a certain way. But they won't look at the pedigree. They won't look at the road they travel. So-and-so was an Olympian. So-and-so was an Olympian, right? So-and-so picked up the title. Oh, he got it from Urbain Stavern. So what? So if you're going to say he fought nothing but bums, where's all these elite? Where's all the top of the echelon? Because Wilder was at the top. How did he get to the top? He had to go through some fights to build himself up, right? So therefore, where was all these hitters at now? If you say Wilder fought bums and he lost his title February 2020, right? February 2020, then right now we should have all these U.S. heavyweights and all these other heavyweights fighting for the titles. Where are they? Where are all the other heavyweights from the U.S. that's supposed to have been in line to pick up these titles? Where are they? Where are they? How long did it take for Usyk to come over to the heavyweight division? How many fights he had? Chase Witherspoon, Derek Chisora, and then he got AJ? He didn't even have 3 solid fights yet when he came to the heavyweight division before he stepped in with AJ and beat him. An undersized cruiserweight came up here and beat AJ. And y'all getting mad because I say he overrated. A cruiserweight came up here. See, Wilder, he used to fight in the teens, in the 200, in the teens. He was a smaller, undersized heavyweight, and he was starching dudes that was way bigger than him, knocking them out clean. Yeah, people would cheer behind closed doors, but when it came for them to give him his props and his flowers online, they wanted to go with the hate. See, you had to be a hardcore fan to stand up there on all 10 and support your fighter. A lot of you, that's not what you're about. You just going along with the flow. That's all. You want to wait till a fighter get a belt or that fighter is popular amongst the boxing fans. You're never going to be happy doing that shit. Because the crowd that you're in, you're involved with, all you saying the same shit, and then you come over on other people's chat, they already know where you got the information from. So it's pointless to come over here acting like you basically educating someone else's chat with information that you got from a group that's all about the gossip and criticism. They're not all about breaking down what they're looking at. They're not all about telling you, details to the backstory up to this point on why you feel and support the fighter the way you do. They're not doing that shit. They just going out there talking, having fun, man, like it's a telemarketing freaking, they working for telemarketing for 8 hours. They just want to go ahead and jump in the chat and talk about gossip, bro. See, once again, here's a dude I don't even know. Dude, I don't even know. Listen, let me break this down, and then I'm not addressing you no more, right? You're coming over here acting like a female because you're talking about hypocrisy based off a fighter that you don't support. You can't tell me. You can't provide receipts on you supporting Joshua enough for you to be over here defending him against Ngannou. See, the whole problem I got with you is that you're over here talking about Wilder on Twitter. You're talking to me about Wilder. You try to make it seem like you had a problem with me talking about Joshua. But in reality, you don't like Wilder. We have enough men out here pretending to be something that they're not. I just don't want to entertain you trying to portray that same image. I'm trying to talk to you as a freaking grown-ass man. But you're sitting up here saying that it's hypocrisy and all. You acting like nobody else has criticism of any other boxers. Where were you when they was criticizing all these other fighters? Where were you at? Were you in the chats over here on some of these other channels I see you in? I never seen you up there giving them this type of energy. You're not even supporting the 2 fighters that fought last night. You're infatuated with stalking Wilder. You're stalking Wilder, dog. You want to make this about, look, this is the weird part about Brim. Brim is over here making it about me and him. He can't do that. You don't have enough power to make it about me and you because I don't even know who the heck you are, bro. I don't know who the heck you are. You're trying to become important by spamming my chat with comments after comments and talking about a fight that wasn't even a title fight, bro. Look, you got to understand one thing, brother. I can do this shit on my channel. This is my channel. You're in my chat. I can do this shit. I can put overrated up there on Joshua. You're coming over to my neck of the woods and trying to talk to me on how to run my shit. Why don't you get on your channel and talk about what you want? Don't talk about me, because I'm not over here talking about you. I'm just addressing you. I'm off of it, bro. I'm off of it. You got some other issues going on. Okay. Whoever you are, PIG, I don't know you. I don't know who you are. But I'm not dropping a link for somebody to talk about something that is not even up for discussion. I'm not dropping a link for somebody to talk about Wilder. I'm a Wilder supporter. What is there to talk about? He didn't fight last night. Why is his name being mentioned? He didn't fight last night. We're talking about overrated Joshua. That's who I'm talking about. He's overrated. That's my opinion. I'm not going up here trying to convince my chat of anything. I'm not sitting up here trying to convince Gumbo. I don't have no problem with Gumbo all because that's so you gotta understand where the maturity lies, bro. You got people here that support fighters that I don't support. I'm not up here telling them and cussing them out and making it all personal. But if you go to other chats, them kids over there, they refuse to say anything against the topic of the host because they're just trying to ride along from station to station, whatever the topic is. Yep. They're not real boxing fans, man. They can't even think for themselves. Seriously, they can't even think for themselves. They just go along with the dang topic of discussion, and the host could be absolutely wrong. I don't have that problem over here. It's cats in the chat that support who they support. I don't dog them out because they're not supporting my fighter that I'm talking about on the thumbnail. It's some people over here that didn't support Crawford. What am I supposed to? What I'm doing? Gonna sit up there and treat them different? Time them out for no reason? Come on, man. Y'all need to really grow up for real. It's female tendencies. Female tendencies. You all need to understand when you're listening. You know what I'm saying? When you're digesting someone speaking to you. If I speak to you with no vulgarity or what is considered insults, you don't respect it. But if I'm trying to explain to you that your consistency is not needed, we've already spoken as men over on Twitter. Now you over here speaking not about Joshua Ngannou, but you're talking about Wilder. Now you're invading my space on my channel, talking about something that I told you I was done talking about over there. So yes, it gives me the female vibes like, bro, what are you doing? Why are you coming over here just because I got Joshua up on the thumbnail and it has memories on it that you feel some type of way, bro? Come on now, let it go. Take a deep breath and let it go, bro. You know, let it go. Real talk. We got Kevin Holland and Michael Venom Page on deck in a 3-round welterweight bout. You know what I'm saying? The welterweight bout is 170 pounds in mixed martial arts. And this is MVP's first fight. This is MVP first fight in the UFC. It's pretty active. You know, Michael Venom Page is a very, very sharp striker. I'll tell you that. Shout out to Tough Glove Boxing in the building, man. Salute to you, brother. Hey, speaking of obligation, I will definitely drop the link for something that's productive. But bro, come on, man. Come on. I mean, come on. Let's just stay on the strictness of the topic. Are you talking about Joshua Ngannou? Are you over here to talk about Wilder, who has absolutely nothing to do with the topic? They're not over here talking about Crawford. You know what I'm saying? Why y'all not talking about Crawford? Why you ain't talking about Teofimo Lopez? I don't get it, dog. Wilder, that just goes to show you how much they love him, man. They love to hate him. Seriously, they love to hate him, man. It's unfortunate. They love to hate the man. Joshua's minding his business, and he's fighting over there getting that money. Look, you never hear me talk about, oh, he shouldn't have got that money. You never hear me talk. That's hate. If I'm saying, oh, he shouldn't be getting paid that, getting paid this, he shouldn't be getting paid that. Come on, bro. Come on, stop it. Man, they over there in the sandbox getting all that money, and I don't care. I'm happy for them. You know what I'm saying? I'm happy Ngannou got $20 million. I'm happy that Joshua getting paid all that money. But that is no way, shape, or form you're going to tell me that Joshua is not overrated because I'm saying he is. I'm not pushing it off on y'all. It's crazy, dog. Come on, bro. He knocked out an 0-1 boxer. Stop it. Stop it, man. He knocked out an 0-1 boxer. Stop acting like that man beat some top tier pound for pound freaking fighter, man. Come on, bro. He lost to a cruiserweight twice, bro. He lost to a cruiserweight twice. Come on, man. Let's call it for what it is. Let's call it for what it is. I'm giving away some of my content because I'm gonna be on Joshua's neck for the next week because people love it. You know what I'm saying? Spence is out of the picture. I'm gonna leave him be. I'm gonna let him do what he do because I don't hate the dude. I'm not gonna sit up here and just blast on Spence every day and he's not here. That's what they did to Crawford. But for Anthony Joshua, he lost to a cruiserweight twice, bro. He couldn't even get his titles back. Hey, truth be told, if y'all think that Joshua's going to go out there and blast out Oleksandr Usyk, if he gets that shot for a third time, no. You think he's going to blast out Tyson Fury if Tyson Fury becomes undisputed? No. No. It ain't happening, y'all. It ain't freaking happening. This is a good fight right here. This is a good fight. No knockdowns of it yet. MVP, man. Villain Page is like a freaking prayer management when it comes to combat sports. I swear. That dude is super quick. Super quick. He's been working on his takedown defense, too. He's been working on his ground game because he stuffed a lot of takedown defense from a fighter who knows how to grapple pretty good. Oh, man, he almost did that reverse elbow like John Jones-esque. Oh, this is a good fight. This is a good fight. Real talk. This is a good fight. Damn. MVP is one of the most lethal strikers, man. And see, here you go. You have a guy like Kevin Holland who has 10 losses. And that dude still get mad respect. They go to the press conference. They want to see him in there fighting. MVP. He's known for my boy Diego Lima knocking him cold out. You know what I'm saying? But here's a British fighter come over here to the UFC finally. And people cheer him on. They're not up here talking about him getting knocked out by Diego Lima. You know what I'm saying? Oh, he landed that elbow too. Damn, that dude is lethal. Man, MVP is crazy with his strikes, man. Tough Club Boxing WCS said Ngannou took a dive. The cruiserweight is one of the best though. However, now some fans saying Francis took a dive. Well, I'm gonna be honest with you, Tough Glove. I felt he did. I mean, you know boxing. You know boxing. When a fighter get knocked down like that, not just based off the knockdown, but I'm talking about just his mentality. when you're in a fight of that magnitude and you're going to the next step, if you win, to fight for undisputed, if you get knocked down and you have the coherency to stand back up and carry forward, you're going to go back and stand right there and wait for the fighter who just landed that punch on you to do it again? And then look, the third time, you okay? He said, yeah. He responded to the referee, yeah, I'm fine. He goes right back to the middle of the ring, pose there, and wait for the finish because the fight wasn't supposed to go past 2 rounds. Yeah, that's my belief. It was freaking, he took a dive, you know what I'm saying, just like a lot of other fighters do. And it didn't make any sense, him being a former heavyweight UFC champion. I done seen him get busy. Look at the knockout he did with Alistair Overeem. Look at how he knocked out Yordino Rosenstruck. Man, the man has put hands on some fighters now. But he's going to come in here and just stand. He's just going to stand just because he ain't barefooted in a cage. He's just going to stand and let Joshua close distance. He wouldn't have did that shit in the cage. Man, they act like every time you mention a fight being fixed, it's a forbidden language. No. If it fits, and guess what? You should use it. It happens. You know what I'm saying? I'm standing on it. I'm standing on it. I'm standing on it, bro. Oh, let's see if Holland able to sink this submission in. Good defense by Venom Pace. Holland with heavy elbows from the top position, but they hitting, MVP is defending them quite well from the bottom. But Kevin is on top position right now, half guard. He's taking a breather. We sitting at 2:35 left in the second round. Let's see if he's able to work from this position. He's up against the cage, so it's going to be kind of tough. Kevin seems like he's kind of trying to catch his breath a little bit on what he's trying to do. I thought he may be trying to work for arm in, arm triangle. But like I said, he's up against the cage. Let's see what he tries to do. He's moving MVP away from the cage now. So let's see if he tries to work for that submission or try to set up a strike. Another elbow from the top. MVP is doing a great job. Oh, great job with getting back to your feet. Great job, man. MVP has been working. MVP has been working on his freaking defense, man. His hands is down by his knees all the time. Kevin, he's in the proper stance. They up against the cage, clinch up against the cage once again. This is a good fight. It's unfortunate it's only a three round fight, man. And this is UFC 299. It seemed like Holland, Kevin don't know what to do with that speed, that attack. Man, the timing of MVP is sick. His timing is sick, man. You want to talk about cat-like reflexes. This dude does the same thing all the time, man. Wow, he let him up. He knocked Kevin down and let him up. Both fighters are taking a breather right now. Good left hand by MVP to the midsection. Holland is tired. He's tired trying to predict the timing. Oh, nice high kick. MVP is winning this fight right now. So I think I misspoke on MVP's lineage. Oh, another reverse elbow, man. I think Kevin blocked it a little bit partially. 1 second left. Good fight, man. Good fight. But Kung Fu. I thought it was Taekwondo, but it's Kung Fu. From my understanding, if I heard it correctly. Dude doesn't use a stool. MVP doesn't use a stool. He doesn't even go to the edge of the cage. He's just standing up. No support from the cage. Nothing. You know what I'm saying? Nothing. You know what? I am behind a little bit because I was talking on here and I had it paused because I wanted to see the damn fight. You know what I'm saying? That's why. You know what I'm saying? I had it paused and I was freaking up here talking in the chat. So yeah. Good defense, man. Good defense. Holland had partial back control, man, for the takedown once again. You know, these rounds are 5 minutes apiece. And yes, I'm slightly behind because I'm trying to speak on the fight, trying to catch up from earlier. Nice defense by MVP, man. Oh man, he just threw Kevin off like nothing. Let's see if he tried to catch him with a high kick. Oh man, nice right hand lands for MVP. He just throws Holland down, and Holland just stays there. He's hurt from that right hand, man. Holland's hurt. MVP is one of the quickest fighters, man. He may not be one of the most powerful strikers, but his reflexes is unfreaking believable. That is a dangerous fighter right there, man. I want to see how far he can go in the UFC. He's tricky, man. You don't know what he's about to do. Seriously, you do not know what he's about to do. The only thing, if he gets in there with a striker who's able to get MVP's timing down and catch him on the chin like Lima did, then there you go. It's going to be a tough fight for him. He might get knocked out again. Damn, he did a foot sweep on his ass, man. He's running a clinic on Holland. He's running a clinic on this dude. Holland's only way is to close distance and clinch up against the cage and slow it down because he's tired. You better not let MVP take you down and sub you out, man. Both of the fighters seem like they're a little bit tired, but obviously, you know, who's dangerous up against the cage right now is MVP. Look for him to use that reverse elbow against the cage because there's no room. Okay, they turn out. Your page is playing with him, dog. This fight is Holland's about to get his 11th defeat. You know what I'm saying? But good-spirited guy, though. But I've been following MVP for a long time. I really don't like his style. I've seen his boxing matches and his mixed martial arts. You know, I'm a fan, but I'm not a heavy fan because I just feel like, yeah, that style you got can work in mixed martial arts to a point. You know, it depends on who you in there with, of course. But if you're afraid to get his timing down and to take that risk to punch when he's punching, he's going to dominate you like he's doing Holland right now. Holland is scared. He don't want to get knocked out. Nice jab to the midsection, man. Nice uppercut from MVP. 40 seconds, man. Easy win for MVP. Easy win. Easy. Somebody picked up some money. Somebody picked up some money tonight. Now Holland's getting all frustrated because MVP is dancing around the ring, but stop him. Now stop him from dancing around the cage, man. Stop him. That's all you got to do. Don't get mad at him. Don't get frustrated. Now he's frustrated. You can't quit and get frustrated like that, bro. He gave you a lesson. He gave you a lesson. You can't get frustrated because you didn't have no answer. And you gassed. Now he want to sit up there and talk and have a long, drawn-out dialogue after the fight. You lost. You didn't have no answer for him, man. He was hitting you with every time he made entry, he was able to land anything he wanted. Kicks, punches. The hell you thought, man? See, that mistake right there, man, he can't make that with an elite. That elbow was right on the chin. Unbelievable. Holland didn't go down from that shit. Easy. yeah, OG. Hey, that was an easy fight. That was an easy fight for MVP. Somebody made some good money off that. Somebody made some good money off that. Real talk. Good money. Hey, y'all, it's been cool, man. Hey, my opinion stands as is. That fight last night, in my opinion, he just like I put up here, I'm standing on it. He took the orders. I'm standing on it. I ain't wavering from that. Joshua is who he is, man. Memory lane. Hey, that tell you. Memory lane, he been on the canvas already. Take it for what it is, man. Don't sit up here and act like you know every line for line detail about a fighter that's not in the equation. Wilder's not in this equation. Anthony Joshua is. Now he gets to fight for undisputed. I never said he shouldn't be fighting for undisputed. I just don't know if he can beat either of the two fighters that may potentially become undisputed. He's already lost twice to Usyk. I haven't seen him get any better. He needs to be in better shape. And if you can't see what's going on right here, that he's not going past the 5th round, Joshua's cardio is not like that. So they have to make sure it's finished. Like either he needs to be in there with the fighter that's not going to be pressing him that much, or he's in there with the fighter that is pressing him and he gets exposed. Yeah, he can go the distance with a fighter that's not going to be pressing him and depleting that cardio. Yeah, he can go past the 5th or 6th round. Of course. But how often? You know what I'm saying? He went the distance with Alexander Usyk twice and gassed out. Why? Because Usyk is a high-level fighter. Now, he may be able to go to the later rounds with Fury. It depends on what game plan Fury has, or what game plan he's going to utilize if he's indeed the undisputed champion. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, we have to wait. We have to be patient and wait. I don't want to see Ngannou back in the boxing ring anytime soon. Candace Owens is there. Michael Irvin on deck. Robbie Lawler. I'm glad he ain't fighting no more. Alex Pereira. That is the straight face assassin right there. Alex Pereira look like a hitman. I'm serious. Pereira look like a straight up hitman, bro. 2 division champion already. Damn. But y'all know what it is, man. Until next time, y'all hold it down. Shout out to the hottest chat in the MFing game. You know what I'm saying? He's not beating Usyk, but he will beat Fury. Okay. So you think Josh can beat Fury? Okay. I know a lot of people are looking at it that way because, Ngannou was, supposedly Ngannou knocked down Tyson Fury. But looking back on it now, I'm not I'm not sure if Tyson Fury just didn't play into building the hype up for Joshua and Ngannou. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't know now because, Fury is, an active heavyweight champion that's headed to undisputed. So I don't know if that Ngannou knockdown was absolutely, I don't know. It's hard to tell, bro. Tyson Fury hit Ngannou with a freaking straight elbow. It landed flush, bone to bone, and he didn't even flinch. But, hey. But, man, y'all hold it down. You know what I'm saying? Continue to support. I appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the real boxing fans. And until next time, I'm out.